Hello, you're watching Kel67 Gaming, and September's now in the history books,
Yeah,
which means it must be
October. And a month in games.
a month in games. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think I had quite so much gaming time this month as I would usually have for whatever reason. There was a lot going on last month. But I did still manage to get some game time in. And I think possibly we should start the way we always start, with what we asked each other to play.
Yes.
What
Now,
did you ask me to play?
well, I asked you to play one of personally my favourite games, Persona 5.
You did. And I played it. Let's have a look. Well, you asked me to play a bit of Persona,
Yes.
and I did. I'll be honest, I only played like
A few hours.
a few hours of it.
But how did you find it?
If I had the time to get into it, I probably would. The first few hours of it is very, very heavily story driven.
Yeah, and obviously teaching you in the tutorials and everything.
I don't know when I'll get time to finish this game. I don't know if I'll
Obviously,
get
I
time.
finished it.
Well, I know you have. I don't know if I'll get time to finish this game.
Considering I'm putting about 100 hours just to finish it.
I know. I enjoyed what I've played of it, but I've got too many other games that I'm
Yeah.
playing at the minute. Obviously, there's games that I'm playing this month that we'll see coming up that I'm going to want to put more time into. And there's more games coming out all the time. We're getting to that point in the year where
Where
it's...
new consoles
Yeah.
are obviously being released and more games
Well-
are being developed and being released.
So there's all that, but I'd like to find time to finish it. I just don't know when that'll happen.
Weak point. We're doing all out attack now?
Well, I mean that's kind of what
Yeah.
this fight's all about, isn't it?
Now, obviously, progressing through this, you can then obtain the persona through this bit, but at this point, you can only do an all-out attack.
So as I said there, I can see that it's a good game,
It's a brilliant game.
but it's a heavy time investment.
Yes,
I
it's
just
definitely-
don't know that I've got that at the minute. So I'm not going to say that I'm going to go on and play the rest of this game, because I really, really don't think I will. Certainly not at the moment. Maybe come back to it in a little while. But I've played, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours in it, something like that.
Which, compared to how long it actually takes
I
to
know.
complete it, is quite short.
But
But still,
I kind of get into
still a
it.
decent time to put
And I
in.
have put some serious time into Persona 3 and Persona 4 previously, so it should be something that I go back to.
Yeah.
And I hope I get the time to do it, but just time is something that I don't have a lot of at the minute.
Well, moving on, what did you choose for me?
Well, I chose a nice 8-bit platformer for you to play. I asked you to play Mickey Mouse Land of Illusion, and you did play it
Yes.
for about 3.5 minutes.
Well, compared to how long it takes,
I-
it's a decent time.
It's not a decent time, it was 3.5 minutes. But we'll have a look at you playing it, huh?
Yeah.
This will be you playing
Land of Illusion.
Land of Illusion, aye.
Yes.
How'd you find it?
Well, I think on my first time, because it obviously it's being a retro gamer and a platformer, it's quite hard on your first time. So I found it quite annoying at places.
Our games used to be hard, did you not know that?
Oh, I do, but didn't expect it to be this hard.
Well, you should have.
But here we are.
Nope, secret area.
Yep.
Like the Mario Warp Zone, isn't it?
Yeah. Defeat the snake apple.
You didn't get a long way into this.
No,
It was just too hard for you, wasn't it?
in places yes.
Yeah. Games were harder back in the day.
But I've done quite well on that level.
Well, you done alright.
And I get that's the first level, but obviously it being a Master System game, you can't use save points and everything. Now this is the level that on my first playthrough gave me quite a lot of trouble. It's annoying to say the least.
You're not getting through it without those power-ups, are you?
No.
It took you a while to master this thing with the tide as well.
Yeah, I did actually.
Because modern gamers don't have to worry about crap like that.
Right. Yeah, we'll go.
These underwater levels, you don't really get so many of these anymore.
No, and they're absolutely horrendous.
They're not horrendous. Underwater levels is what platformers were built on. So obviously, with time being a thing, we decided that it was a good idea to play games that weren't really heavily intensive, which is why I picked you Land of Illusion. That's why you picked me Persona 5.
This entire aim was to choose games that we thought each other would like. So I did.
But what did you think? What did you think of the 3.5 minutes you played?
Well,
is it worth maybe getting to 5 minutes?
Yeah. But just at points I think it was frustrating, but other times it was quite good.
Because old games are hard.
Yes,
and
exactly.
you don't like hard games.
No, I don't. But
definitely not a pro gamer, are you?
I don't even start. It's just not my type of game, I would say. I'm not into platformers as much.
Oh, because you hated Mario.
Don't even start. No, but genuinely, I'm more into first-person shooters. Let's be honest.
Not a lot of them back in the day.
No.
But I think Mickey Mouse is a great game. I picked Land of Illusion instead of Castle, which Castle was on the Mega Drive. That's an awesome game too. Absolutely outstanding game, Castle of Illusion. But no,
I still tried it at least.
Well, not for very long you didn't.
But at least I tried it.
But also, as well as picking games for each other, we pick our own games. And I did say last month that I was going to continue playing Madden. And I did. Well, I did say last month when I was playing this that I was going to see it all the way to the Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl. Now you can see here that I've got a nice slight lead there, 73 against the Chiefs. But obviously Patrick Mahomes on offense, it's never going to be easy. He's got another first down there. He's a pain in the arse, Patrick Mahomes.
Is it because he's really good?
He plays Patrick Mahomes. It's like a cheat. It's like playing God mode. But as you can see, I've got that slight lead. We're very, very far into the fourth quarter here. There's like 24 seconds left. If he gets a touchdown here, I'm screwed. But oh, what's that? Interception!
Nice interception, to be fair.
Outside linebacker. Can't run for toffee, but you still managed to get into the end zone. When you're good, you know. No, when I've edited the gameplay here, I've cut out the extra point because nobody needs to see that. Got that as well. Nice 11-point lead, which with how many seconds was left in the clock there?
About like 20.
About 13, I think.
It was something like that where if you were going to get something, you were going to get a touchdown.
Not even Patrick Mahomes is getting 2 touchdowns in 13 seconds. Just not happening. And there we go. Final score, 14-3. He may have done it in reality last year, but he's not doing it in Madden. Mahomes will have to wait another year if he wants to get his Super Bowl right. Awful lot of ticker tape there. Remember when those fans in stadiums? Oh, it seems like
instead of the fake fan noises.
Seems like so long ago now, doesn't it? Although to be fair, in the NFL there is a couple of states that are still allowing some fans in. Not very many. So you see the highlights and you see Mahomes hitting another completion there. It's bloody good. Not good enough though.
Well, at the end of the day, you won.
Of course I won. Because that's just what I do.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs.
I don't want a participation trophy.
For an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there.
And I think I'm going to get it very soon.
Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner,
Quite a
Charles
long and
Davis.
drawn-out
For all those
cutscene.
guys, I'm Brandon Gunn signing off.
Super Bowl.
We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
You did also see that I didn't play with Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl there. Played with Andrew Luck instead. Still managed to get the win. Just awesome me, you know. When you're good, you're good. So obviously in Madden, the objective here is to win the Super Bowl.
Yes. And you did.
Big tick on that one then, huh?
Yes.
It's,
Now, where do you go from here with your Madden?
I don't know. I don't know if I play it anymore now. That's me. I've done it.
Do you want to do the other career mode?
Nah,
Do you want to go into Ultimate Team?
nah.
So you're just waiting for the next Madden
That's me. I played the season. I won the Super Bowl. I think that's me done now.
until you get the next game.
Having said that, do you know, I'll be sitting. I'll be watching something on Sky Sports NFL, and I'll think, oh, I'll just have a little game of Madden. That's just how the game gets to you. But there's nothing more that I can say about this game that I didn't say last month, except I won the Super Bowl this time, so, you know, doing all right. What else have you been playing?
Now, as you've said, you've returned to Madden, but I've also returned to a game, and I returned to The Last of Us.
So you kept playing it then?
Yes, I have kept playing it.
You got to play it all the way at the end?
Yes, I am actually. It's obviously this is,
You're getting quite merry with the Molotovs.
well, I'm stuck in a small room and there's going to be zombies and clickers coming after me. What do you expect me to do?
Shove them.
Well, considering they know where I am. Yeah, we're good. Sword off shotgun, which is a secondary, by the way.
Weapon of the noob.
And you'll pull out the big one. There's a clicker right there.
Right, you've got weapon of the noob.
I don't like how close this situation is. Now at this point, I'm not just with Ellie, I'm with Henry and his brother at this point. As you can see, they're helping us get away from, which was a city filled with like armored vehicles and everything. There's Ellie.
Fresh air. Look at this.
But yeah, a very fun experience so far, so definitely gonna
I
continue.
mean, I think the thing with this game is the story that drives it
Yeah.
more than anything else, isn't it?
Where's this
Um,
town?
Yeah,
You got your action set pieces, but the story's what
the main
goes.
focus.
Come on, let's go.
I guess you're just sailing off into the
How you doing,
sunset.
little man?
Yeah, this is us just getting away.
That was a close one, huh? Yeah. Not one of our five.
Prime time to reload the weapons.
We made it out. Yeah.
So again, this is a game that I think most people know all about. We spoke about it last month as well.
Yeah.
This just, you've got into it and you want to continue playing it. I think that's a good sign. I
Yeah.
think you still not completed it though, so
No, I still
Might
haven't
that-
completed it.
might this sneak into next month as well?
This might sneak in the next month,
Yeah, we'll see.
and it probably will because there's also the DLC on the remaster one.
Well, there you
So-
go then. So
It's definitely looking as if it's going to be
that's
at least in the next one.
it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
That's thing. So what else have I been playing? Now, I did say when we played a couple of these games earlier on in a previous month, I was really looking forward to this one. And I got Mafia Definitive Edition. Well, I was always going to get this. I think I said a little while ago when I played Mafia 2 and you played Mafia 3,
Three.
that this is what I was looking forward to, was Mafia the Definitive Edition. And it's you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually running on the Mafia 3 engine, which...
Yeah, it seems to kind of, I guess, play out quite a lot like Mafia 3.
Well, I mean, it's still Mafia 1.
Yeah, the story, but like how you play it.
Well, no, because it's not so open world. It's still got the structure of to the story where you play mission by mission by mission. But you can free roam the city.
In a different mode.
You can. But this is something that I kind of...
It looks brilliant, by the way.
That is brilliant. And this is... I can't believe that this is the only time that Prohibition era Chicago's ever been done. Because when you think of the mafia in America, you think of Al Capone, you think of the speakeasies, and this is the golden era for the mafia, but yet this is the only game that really does it.
Now, obviously, for anyone who hasn't played them, this is out not only single, but in the trilogy, isn't it?
That is aye. Although I'm not sure that the remasters for 2 and 3 add anything. I think
Apart from the add-ons for the games.
I think for this game, because it's such a massive graphical leap going from
It's definitely...
from original Xbox to Xbox One, I think for that reason that this makes this the definitive way to play this game. I don't think that's the case for 2 and 3. Certainly not for 3. 2...
Considering if you got 3, they would give you the definitive edition.
Oh look,
anyways.
I had a hand grenade. Oh, where's your card gone?
Now that recoil's insane.
Aye, but it's alright, because I've got a handle on it. There you go. Down. Life was cheap in the 30s. Especially in Chicago, Prohibition era. Oh, I've run out of bullets in that Tommy gun. I'll just take him out with a shotgun. I know it's weapon of the noob, but it's what I've got. I'm not entirely sure how to tell you. I never actually played the original Mafia. Right, first up.
To be fair, I've actually never seen a Mafia like physical copy
Oh, I've seen
of the
them.
original one.
But I never actually played the original one. So full disclosure, I've got nothing to compare it with.
Comparative. But
Playing it, it's like, it was actually quite strange, because I went in there and I thought, I'm going to have this big open world, it's going to be like Mafia 2, it's going to be Mafia 3. It's not. They've stayed so rigidly to the original game, which I'm sure that's got to be a good thing. And it's structured mission after mission after mission, so there's none of the running about looking for things and trying to find your contacts. It's very structured. But
it's like a linear experience,
but using that Mafia 3 engine, which I think, the one thing that I really like about it, I think I said when you were playing Mafia 3, is unlike Grand Theft Auto when you're driving around the city, you get to like a crossroads, and instead of having to look down in the corner of the screen to see what way that tells you to go on the little GPS, there's
actual arrows.
There's an arrow pops up, so you can.
You don't have to actually look in the minimap, you just have to look at your
Grand
screen.
Theft Auto has to introduce that. It's absolutely brilliant. But so far, I've got a fair way into
Now,
this
you
game.
say that there's nothing to compare it to, but obviously you play Mafia 2 all the way. How does that compare to Mafia 2?
They're two very different experiences.
Obviously, but
Because Mafia 2 it's completely open world. It completely embraced the whole GTA thing, where this is mission based.
But did you like it over Mafia 2 so far of what you've played?
I like them both because they're both proper Mafia games.
Instead of Mafia 3?
Yeah,
you think?
I don't see Mafia 3 as a proper Mafia game, but these are proper Mafia games, and it's a bit like playing those films of the 80s with Bob De Niro in it. It's just I've really liked the story. I've got invested in the characters, and yes, it's extremely linear, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, I've really enjoyed my time with the game, and you get enough freedom when you go into the missions to do what you want. If you haven't got this game already, go out and buy it. Absolutely brilliant. I'll be playing this all the way at the end, so it'll probably pop up again next month. So what else have you played?
Well, as PS Plus obviously comes around and gives you free games, they give away Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. So, me being a big COD fan, and I've also played through the entire Modern Warfare 2 campaign, I thought I'd go and see what it holds, and if it's good, worse, or even better than the original.
Let's have a look then. Well, you played a little bit of this remaster then.
Yes, the Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remaster. Now, unlike...
Is it massively different to the original? Because I know you played the original all the way through.
I played the original all the way through. I think it's just got... it's a bit smoother playing it, and maybe there's the tiniest bit of, like, graphical
I
appearance.
quite like this bit where...
You have to use
it's
the
like,
heartbeat monitor.
It's like a total whiteout. Was that on the original one? Was it
Yes.
this bad?
Yeah, it actually was, and there was total missions and everything where it would obscure your vision, so you had to use the things it would give you.
It just seems like that's like a graphical upgrade that they would maybe put in that would be...
I think it maybe like it's somewhat easier to see the people, because I think in the original it was just total whiteout, and like you could barely see anything.
Target behind you. I'm seeing some activity on the runway. Looks like 20 plus foot mobiles headed your way. That's the fueling
Yeah, we'll
station.
go. There's a plant with a C4.
I'm headed for the
Yeah,
hangar.
pop
Get
up
there
on you
ASAP.
in this here.
Yeah. You can't even see them.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't even see who you're shooting. As long as you know, I guess that's all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah. Just have to keep running them. And there's soap.
Alright.
Took a scenic bit, eh? Let's go.
I can see now.
Yeah. Now I don't know why soap wasn't doing all this before.
Because where would be the fun in that? So does this compare with the PS3 version that you
PS3,
played? in?
Xbox 360. Well, I'd say if you want to just play obviously the campaign, this one's the way to go. But
Is it that much different? Because
it's not that much different, but it's just the smoothness of playing it.
well, it's this thing again. It's like obviously there was the Mafia Definitive Edition. Now the jump from original Xbox to
It's massive. It's
Xbox One, that makes it well worth that investment. But is the jump from PS3 to PS4 really that big?
It's not as big, but I think they knew how much it should be costing, because normally it only goes for £16.
Yeah. Well, it went on PS Plus, so
It went on PS Plus for free, but if you don't have PS Plus or if you're on Xbox, it's only £16.
no.
So if you've never played Modern Warfare 2, and obviously you can't play the software, I'm not sure if it's backwards compatible on Xbox One. I think it
It
is.
probably is.
But
Isn't it?
if you're looking for a way to play it quite easily, I'd say that for £16, it's well worth it.
So you've enjoyed your time with it.
Yes.
That's good to hear. I did play one other game a fair amount over the last month. It was actually just released at the beginning of the month. I played The Avengers.
Another new game.
It is, and I've played a little bit of this. This is The Avengers. I'm playing it on PS4 here. I was kind of hoping it would be more like Spider-Man, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But it's more like Destiny,
Yeah.
which I'm not a massive fan of.
To be fair, I quite like Destiny in places. I thought sometimes in 2 it could be bad, but apart from
Well, I tell you what. See, playing this, I'm a bit disappointed because I really did want like a Spider-Man experience in it.
but with the Avengers,
It's absolutely not what I'm getting here. What's really surprised me though playing the game is that
No problem.
I like playing as Kamala and I like playing as Black Widow. I don't actually much like playing as any of the Avengers.
Name my moves.
which is kind of the whole selling point
Yeah.
for the game.
There you go, play as the Avengers.
But there you go. That's kind of how it is. I guess it's all right for what it is, but it's just
These guys just keep
it's not.
It's not what you went in
It's
thinking
not
it was
the
gonna
game that I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be this brilliant game, and it's just.
And the ultimate heroic ability being like, if you, I can't remember, was it a hunter in Destiny? It's your golden gun.
I don't know. If you're Kamala, you just get bigger. But I mean, there's moments in the single player campaign that I've really enjoyed. And the whole thing with Kamala getting to meet Bruce Banner and what have you. It's a nice story, but
Just not the game you were expecting.
if I'd wanted Destiny, I'd have bought Destiny. It'd have been a lot cheaper.
put my head here.
But there we go. That's what we've got. That's what we've live with.
Oh no. Oh no, not now. Not again. Oh.
So as I said, it's a bit like Destiny, this one, and you know,
Which some people won't find bad, to be honest.
I just think it's an outdated concept now. The whole Destiny type game,
Good for when Destiny released, but
but having had Marvel Spider-Man, having Marvel Avengers, I think everyone's mind immediately went,
it's going to be like
it's
Spider-Man.
going to be like that. And then when you saw Square Enix were involved and Crystal Dynamics,
You saw this is going to be an
this
amazing
is going
game.
to be the best game that there's ever been. It just
It didn't live
isn't.
up to that expectations.
and the other thing that I mentioned there during the gameplay, that I think this is something that an Avengers game gets very wrong. That the most fun that you have with this is when you're not playing as an Avenger. Do you know? This should all about. It should be all about playing as Hulk, is playing as Captain America, as
Iron
Iron Man, and it's
Thor
not.
as well.
The most fun that you have in this game is playing as Kamala. Kamala isn't even an Avenger.
She's a character
I-
that's made for this game specifically.
I don't know if she's made for this game because
think she is.
she's an Inhuman, so she. I see.
She
I don't,
might be
I,
in one of the comics.
I
or
don't watch the
something.
Inhumans on the TV. She might be on that. But for me, that's a big missed opportunity that you should want to come back. You should want to be Captain America. You should want to be Iron Man. You should want to be Hulk. You should want to be Thor. You just don't.
But
It's-
obviously, being on PS4, you can play Spider-Man, which is weird.
Well, I haven't got Spider-Man at the minute.
No, but it's kind
Um,
of weird how they'd put Spider-Man and everything.
Well,
And then you'd think, oh, it's going to be even more like it. But
it is not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad game, but it's just.
not what you were
It's
expecting.
so far short of what it should have been, and that's quite disappointing. But anyway, I think that just about wraps up everything that we have played over the last month or so. So
And now it comes down to the point of what games have we chosen for each other.
well, it does.
Now, what have you chosen for me?
Well, I don't have a box because this is a game that we've just got digitally. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know which one of the series to get you to play. But because it's you and you're possibly not really up for the older titles in the series, I thought it might be a good idea to get you to play Suikoden 3.
Well, now, for you, I've chosen a game that I think you will like because a while ago, I'm not sure how long, it's been a few months, you played Kingdom Hearts 3, didn't you?
I did play it a little bit. I hope you haven't picked another game that's really heavily story driven.
Oh, don't be like that because I've chosen you. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix.
Alright, go on. I'll give it a go.
Go on.
But it's another one. It's like Persona. I don't know if I've got the time to put in.
No, but it's giving you a wide variety of games to play, isn't it?
Well, I'll give it a go. This has got Squall in it, hasn't it?
Yes, this is the one that does have Squall in it.
I like Squall, so we're alright there.
So at least there's a bonus for you.
That is. So I guess that's what we'll be playing over the next month or so. obviously the other things that we'll play as well along the way. But that is it for this video. So, if you haven't already, please
Give us a like, a share, and a subscribe, and turn the notification bell to get notified on when we upload, and we will see you in the next video.